and welcome to episode 43. Today's topic came from a suggestion from a poll we did on Instagram. And if you don't follow us on Instagram, you can find us by searching Moments with Mom. And we'll post when we have videos updated and things like that. But someone asked if we could share a little bit about mealtime and meal prepping and how to make that just a team effort with your kids and get them involved. So today, Mom is going to share a little bit about how we did that for our family.
All right. Well, some of you are homeschooling, and some of you hadn't planned to be homeschooling, but your kids might be distance learning because schools in your area are not opening up. So I'm just going to give you some suggestions to help meals be a team effort, and then you can also be helping them with their distance learning or their homework. So we're going to talk about children. They can be involved at a young age, and when children are, you can train them to be chefs. Breakfast is a busy time in the morning to get the day started well, and we've talked about the before and after breakfast 5. But the actual meal, you can get your kids involved. If you have children that are like 5 to 7 years old, their breakfast meal that they could set the table for could be dry cereal and juice and fruit. So you can teach them that that's their responsibility. And one nice bonus with having them have their day is that the cook doesn't help with the cleanup. So when they are preparing the meal and setting it all out, that's their day off for being involved with the breakfast cleanup. Then the next age, children that are 8 to 9, you might train them to be able to make hot cereal and have some special add-ins and show them the fruit that would be a good add-on to the side dish. So then you get children that are 11 to or 10 to 12, and you can teach them to make scrambled eggs and French toast and fruit, and they can be more involved with actual cooking. And then children that are 11 and older, you can teach them to make omelets and coffee cakes and biscuits. So those are good. One time when I was in the busy 5.5 years of having my last 4 children, my oldest son was in that age, and he took charge of the breakfast for the weekdays, which really helped me. And so I just trained him on what to start first and how to when to start the next part of it, and he did a great job. So don't feel like you're shifting things. They like to learn new things and like to be responsible. So that's what we did. And also it's helpful, whoever's going to make the breakfast for the morning, is to set up the table in the evening. So if it's a younger child, he can set out cereal bowls and cups and napkins and spoons and all, and you could help them do that. The other children will set their table appropriately for what they're going to be serving in the morning. So that's a good thing. It just helps you to have it ready. And I still do that just when Christy and I are having breakfast. I set things out. I'm not traditionally a morning person, so I can do all those things the night before, and it kind of gets me started easier the next morning. After breakfast cleanup are for the people that weren't involved in actually making the food. And so one person can clear the table and put the dishes on the counter, and one person can sweep under the table, and then one person can load the dishwashers. So that will be You'll be involved in that if you don't have three children to do that, but that kind of gets things cleared up to start the school day. Also, lunchtime should be a nice break, and you can have lunchtime picnics in the backyard, or if you're near a park, you can take your lunch to the park. One idea was for making the picnic is you can set out on a counter or island the sandwich bar, and you can put the bread choices and the meat or peanut butter and jelly or whatever and cheeses out, and let the children be able to make their own sandwich. And so that makes it fun for them to be able to enjoy that. And then we also would sometimes have Smart and Final Day, where it's not the store, but it was smart that we had some leftovers, but this will be the final time that you see it. So we would put things out like almost a potluck, and the children can serve their plates up that way. And then after the afternoon, you can take a break in the afternoon and give them a snack of some kind, maybe fruit or vegetables and dip or a cookie. But then comes pretty quick dinner time. And so let's make it special. Your husband, if he's out working, will be coming home. So get the kids involved in preparing the house for his homecoming, and setting the table up. And you might assign younger children just to be in their rooms resting or reading or looking at their books. And then and some children would like to be part of decorating the table. That maybe they'll find some flowers or leaves or something to make it look festive. So those are some ways to get your family involved with meal prep, training them to help you, and they really enjoy getting to learn new skills and feeling capable. So it's good for you and it's good for them. So I know you probably won't use all of these. Your situation will be different in the age of your children, but we hope that this helps. Right. The next thing that we're going to go into is how it helped us in the busy days of children and homeschooling to make the preparation for 30 meals, and we could do it in one day. So this might be helpful for you. The reason you might want to do it is maybe before a baby's birth, or before an especially busy month ahead, being ready for unexpected company, or having an easy meal ready when somebody needs it. Maybe they've had a baby, or there's something else that they're going through. And then also just to take off the daily stress of what am I going to make for dinner tonight. So I'll just share how we did that with the children in those busy days. First, you've got to prepare. Pick out the menus that you want to have, and this is basically for dinner meals. Pick out the menus you would like to prepare, print them off, and do a shopping trip and make sure that you have all the supplies needed for making the meals that you're going to do. And it's not that you're going to do 30 different recipes. You might repeat a recipe once every week. And so just it's not very complicated. And here's some ideas for you. It's very helpful to brown your ground beef or your ground turkey and then put it in a sealed container in your freezer, because it's so much easier. Many recipes like sloppy joes or tacos, the browning takes the most time. So you can do that, label the date and what it's for. And then another thing you can do is make meatballs ahead. And you can make the meatballs with the ground beef or ground turkey and the seasonings and ketchup and whatever. And then you make them into balls, but you don't cook them. You put them in a container and freeze them, and then you'll have them for a real easy spaghetti and meatball meal. Another one that I was going to talk about is you can cook a chicken ahead, or maybe 2 or 3, and roast them, and then dice them or slice them, however you're going to use them, and then also label the bag that you put the things in the freezer, or the container, that whatever container you'd want to use, and freeze them in meal-sized containers. You can. We have a chicken divan recipe that we used a lot back then, and so you can put that in there and know that it's ready to go. Another thing is, it's healthier to have grated, to buy a block of cheese actually, because when you buy grated cheese at the market, they add some sawdust, fine sawdust to it to keep it from sticking to each other. So if you buy a big block of cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you want, and grate it yourself, and then put it in zip bags and squeeze the air out of it, that makes it ready to go. And often there's ingredients recipes that have dry ingredients, and so the flour and the salt and different seasonings like that won't need to be frozen, but it does help to make it ahead of time. So if you have recipes that have a lot of dry ingredients, you can go ahead and put those all together and label it what recipe it's for. And also you can make a cookie dough recipe. You can make it into logs and freeze it for slicing, or you can make it into individual little balls that you can just set on a cookie sheet and bake when you need it. So just a way, plan out those meals. You might have use 3 or 4 times during the month. Some might be just a special treat, but it seems like it's a big project, but really when you do it in one day, it's so nice to know that you have meals, easy meals ready to go.
Okay, thank you again for watching, and we would love if you would leave comments on our videos, just so we know who's watching and so you can interact with us a little bit. So if you have meal prep ideas or that you can share, put them in the comments, and I'm sure anyone else watching will benefit from that also. And give us suggestions for future videos. Like my mom said, this topic came from an Instagram suggestion, so please share those questions with us, and we would love to consider future videos. But thank you again, and hope you have a wonderful week.
So long.
Bye.